try all to keep your mics muted to not disturb any of our speakers today. And you are all free to write in the chat to ask any questions. And we will have 10 minutes after each speaker to answer your questions. So now I will leave the floor for my midmate. Yes, please all welcome Mohammed Shalabi. He will be my the host, the second host for today with me. Shalabi, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Shabini. Hello, everybody. So first of all, I'm Mohammed Shalabi. I'm the Internal Communication Coordinator in Rotaract Mediterranean. I'm so happy and glad to be your host for today. So starting our peace conference, we're going to be starting with the opening speeches. First of all, let me welcome the District 2451 Egypt Secretary, Marwan Muntasir. Okay, so the speech is yours.
Hey, thank you so much. And you look so different than the picture, by the way. Okay, warm greetings from the Rotary office in Egypt. First of all, I'd like to welcome you all and thank you for taking time to join this conference on Zoom. I'm Marwan Muntasir, and I'm currently the Rotary District Secretary of District 2451 Egypt. And I would like to thank the organizing committee for this event and this collaboration between Rotaract Club of Alexandria Sunrise and the Rotaract Mediterranean MDIO. I'm really excited to be co-welcoming you with the amazing country representative of the Mediterranean MDIO, Yasmin. Yasmin, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. I'm really glad to be here today. I'm happy and thrilled to be a part of this amazing initiative. It's like second time to be held in the district, the 2451, by Rotaract Alexandria Sunrise, and it's supported by Rotaract Mediterranean MDIO. As you all know, last year we had a conference with the same name. This is part 2, as Shibini already mentioned. The conference was held last year to promote the idea of peace, but the conference committee decided to take it a next step and ask what's next for peace. So we knew what the peace is, who's working on it, but then what should we do and how can we be a part of it? So that's why today we asked the most influential people in the peace promoting organizations to join us and to talk to you about their ongoing and upcoming peace initiatives and how you can be a part of it. I don't want to take a lot from your time, so I'll be handing back the floor to Marwan. The floor is yours. Yeah, can't wait to start this amazing conference.
Thank you so much. I would like to build up on what Yasmin is saying. On this special event, we will be getting insights on several peace ideas. So happy Peace Day. Peace is in every service that we do. So as it goes back down to my history as a Rotaractor in this district, Rotaract have been doing amazing projects. From taking care of refugees, taking part of teaching the orphans, participating in medical caravans, providing clean water for the unprivileged, and constantly promoting the diversity, equity, and inclusion. So let me allow the floor for our speakers today and imagine a world of peace, imagine Rotary. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Omar. Thank you, Marwan. Thank you, Yasmin. Your presence is a pleasure for all of us. As you peace has always come through our cooperation together in such a great conference. So let's now move to our main conference. And I want to just see now this, for our first speaker, Rotaract Asia Pacific MDIO President, Raita. She was here.
Hello.
Hello, Raita. Yeah, here we go. Okay, I will not take so much, so I will let you to speak. Please make it so motivated for all the directors.
Yeah, I shall. Perhaps I can share my screen. I have some slides, maybe, if that's okay.
Yes. So,
I need the host to share.
oh, okay. That's...
Okay, awesome. All right. So thank you for inviting me to this very wonderful conference. I think it's very amazing that this whole event is coming forward. And I'd just like to share some parts about Asia Pacific Road Track MDIO. So for most of you know, since that you've been working with the Mediterranean MDIO, you guys know what the MDIO is all about. So I'll share a little bit about me. So my name is Rita Liu. A lot of people around the world also use my nickname, which is Chili, because you've never met me in real life before, but I'm pretty small. I'm only 150, which is I think 4'9", and also I'm very loud. So many people call me Chili because chili in our term in Southeast Asia means you're very spicy because you're very small and you're very loud. I'm from Singapore, a small little country at the bottom of the Southeast Asian countries. I'm from District 3310, and I am also the current Asia Pacific Road Track MDIO chair, as I was introduced by Mohammed so nicely. Okay, so this is just a little bit about me. And so these are actually the countries that are surrounding or encapsulating within our MDIO. So we have 23 countries within our Asia Pacific MDIO. And it is good to note that actually there are 4 MDIOs within our MDIO, which is mainly Taiwan. We also have Australia. We have we have New Zealand as well, and also the Philippines. So we have 4 MDIOs within us. And because we are such a large MDIO, we do have a lot of challenges, but also a lot of diversity as well. And so a little bit more about Asia Pacific. It's we're not looking at actually the countries that are within the maps, but actually where the Asia Pacific Road Track MDIO was chartered, and in the past previous years, there was a lot of countries that came together to host conferences. So the countries decided to come together to become the MDIO. So within us, we have about 1,700 road track clubs, 29,000 road tractors within 25 countries and 119 districts and counting. And especially our MDIO is quite young. We only have 23 members as of now, but we're still growing. We're only 3 years old. So we're still in the process of getting more members to sign up with us. Okay, so a little bit more. You already have the Mediterranean MDIO, so that's a regional MDIO. We also have, like I said, we have 4 MDIOs within ours, which are country-based or region-based as well. So I think it's good to see that although we are very large in numbers, we are still a very small part of road track and still a very small part of the world, although we can do great things. So to share more about peace, I think a little bit more that we build on, especially in Asia Pacific, is diversity and inclusivity and equity. As you can see, this is my team for this Rotary year. So we have many people from different countries, all representing their own countries. And I think the most important thing is that they're a big mix of different people. We are not a homogeneous group. So we are not all one kind. We're not all Chinese. We're not all male or all female. We're not all a certain gender, a certain race, a certain religion. We are all from different parts of the world. And it's very good to see that there is a lot of diversity. And in that, we can come to a more peaceful agreement on many things. So especially when it comes to decision making, I don't make the decision as the chair. I only push for a certain direction. But if a majority wins a decision, even if it's not my decision, it's still what is best for the area or the MDIO. And that's how we move towards a peaceful resolution for a lot of our decision making. So these are all just a little bit of introduction on everybody's roles. Generally, I'll just go through them very quickly. So if you ever see these people in the future in road track events, do say hi and also know that they play a very big part in the Asia Pacific MDIO. So of course you have me. I push for a lot of things. I maintain good relationships with the people we work with and the people that we work for. We also have we were just pushing for a lot of initiatives at this moment. I have my past chair, Louis, from the Philippines. He's my resource. He's my counsel. He advises me. I also have my vice chair. He's also the chair-elect. He will be the upcoming chair for the next Rotary year. Alan is from Hong Kong, which is a very different country from mine. Yeah, so his job is to actually manage Council of National Representatives, which is the representative from each country. So an example would be my district, District 2310. Even though I live in Singapore, District 2310 actually comprises of 3 countries. So there will be one from Singapore, one from Malaysia, and one from Brunei. So the national representatives don't make up the districts by itself. Okay, so he's also his job is also to handle information being passed down to other members and other districts as well. So I have 2 secretaries and 1 finance chair. So Secretary Diana is from the Philippines, and Secretary Diva is also with me from Singapore. So they help me with the email correspondence information that we need to go through, emails, statistics, directories, and any information or numbers, they are all there. My finance chair, Lee Kun, is from Malaysia. She helps to oversee funds and also to prepare for the summits that we have, the Asia Pacific summits, and you're all invited. And we also have the Asia Pacific Road Track, Regional Road Track Conference, which I would highly recommend you guys come to. Like I said, my team is quite big. So we have 5 people here. They are my public relations directors. I should have more, but unfortunately we didn't have, we're still looking for more people. So we have Sean from Taiwan, Ian Diboha from the Philippines, Chirapon from Thailand, Yukihiro from Japan, and I also have Raden, and we call her Anita, from Indonesia. So these people actually look out for the countries that are within their jurisdiction or within their areas. So even though Sean is from Taiwan, because Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau, and China, most of them speak Chinese, so he's also there to help me communicate with them. So they do have a very big role in sharing information on our Facebook page or communicate with everyone. A lot of our documents are all in English, and unfortunately in Asia Pacific, a lot of countries don't speak English as a first language. So they do help me with translations to have a lot of events. We also get photos and also encourage retractors to go and focus in helping them promote projects into the Rotary areas of focus and also the foundation programs. And most importantly, I think we have been trying to push for twin clubs and twin districts and programs to push for a more inclusive and a better community, widespread community. So we get to know each other better from other parts of the world. Even though Japan is so near us, a lot of people in Japan don't speak English. So it's a new experience every time we meet someone. All right, we also have the chairs, which are your pillars. So I have an international service chair, which is Ben. Ben's from Taiwan. Xian is from the Philippines. Felix is from Hong Kong. Aneldi is from Indonesia. And they all help in guiding district leaders and anybody who actually comes forward to say they need some assistance with their projects or even help push for twin district events. So especially now that we're going into time from Elevate Road Track, where road track clubs can actually apply for global grants. This is a very good opportunity for them to push their knowledge and skills to help people within our community. And last but not least, we have the last 3 people. Diva is here again. My road track alumni advisor, Jeremy, is from Australia. He's our only white person in our team, which is funny. So he's helping to guide road tractors to join Rotary. And it's a very good platform for us to get, because more and more of us are aging out. And although road track has taken away the age cap, definitely we will still want to see a lot more road tractors join Rotary in the future. We also have our 19th APRRC conference chair, Taeho. Taeho is from Korea. So as I said, we do have an annual Asia Pacific Regional Road Track Conference. We would definitely invite everyone to join us. So in November 2023 is our conference in Korea. And in 2024, it's actually in Singapore. So Diva is the chair. I would recommend you guys coming over so I could finally see some of you. All right. Okay, so naturally, I think there is a bit of a challenge. We are talking about peace. And naturally, peace does not come easy. It does not come cheap. It does not come free, and it does not come easy. So as Rotractors, we do have a part to play in bringing up, finding solutions for challenges that we come across, especially in a time like this, in a time where COVID is happening, in a time where there is, there's, to me personally, there's no such thing as world peace because nothing will ever be perfect, but we can strive for getting better at one step at a time. So naturally, in our MDIO, these are three things that we generally struggle with. These are our challenges when it comes to peace, or even simple things like having having conversations, discussing, or even talking about it. So we have three. Okay, I've noted three things down. If you have any questions, please do share them in the chat box or share them later. We have our language barriers, like I said. We also have time zone barriers. We cover 6 time zones at the moment. So when we have a conversation, it's a little bit tough for us to get everybody on the same board at the same time. And last but not least, I think this covers a very big area in Rotary, which is political and economical peace and conflict resolution. And this is very relevant to us, especially now in this time and age. I'll bring up another example later. So maybe for the time zone barrier, we generally find a solution by just holding our events at a time where it's sane for everybody. So we don't have it too early where it's only 4 a.m. for someone and 10 a.m. for someone else. But somewhere in between where everybody's awake, it's a decent time for everyone to be active. I'll move on to the language barriers. So language barriers are something that we struggle with in our MDIO. Like I said, not everybody has English as a first language. So things that we have come up with, solutions that we have come up with is that we have language sessions that are targeted to language speaking, the language speaking group. So like for me, I speak English, but my base language is Chinese. So for me, so as the chair of the MDIO, I actually came up with ideas to push for language sessions. So do we not only have everything that is written and said and done in English? We don't just have speakers who are in English, but we also try to aim for speakers who are Mandarin. So we actually have a Mandarin session this weekend where our speakers are all Mandarin speakers, and the session will be conducted in Mandarin, and then it will be translated into English because we don't know what we may learn, and it will be a very exciting way to learn something new. Okay, secondly, we do support clubs and districts with different first languages in hosting or connecting. So just as how we are connecting through Zoom, we also support clubs and districts to connect with other different clubs and districts where their language is not their first language. So like for me, we're very easy because we speak English, but we have been trying to connect with people from Japan, from Korea, where English is not their first language. It's not their native language. So it is not a language that they're comfortable using all the time. And it can be very interesting to find out more from these people when you connect with them on a different level. So when we connect with them through projects, we connect with them through games. It's a very interesting way to get to know the people that are very, very close to you, and also to break the barrier. So you can understand, you can come to a consensus of what the direction that you want to go through. And lastly, we provide and support Rotractors in translating information into manageable bits. So when I say manageable bits, it's like when RI, Rotary International, pushes out a document or they push out a note or an article, we tend to want to translate it into a different language so that the people within the Asia Pacific can actually understand it much better in their own native language. And we know for a fact, Google Translate does not do a good job in translating documents or words or phrases So this is a very good platform for us to use. Like I give you an example here for district road track representative. It's an English word that we all know, DRR. It's a very simple word, but it means different things in different languages. So I've given two extra examples. They look very similar, but they're not. So the second one is in Chinese, 地区代表. 地区代表 also means district road track representative. The bottom one, you can go and find out. It's also district road track representative, but it's in Japanese and it does not sound like 地区代表. It is another different language. So Japanese language. So it's good to kind of find out more. All right. So as you can see, this is a little map from the countries that we have. Of those that are not covered, they do not speak English as a first language, and it's not practiced very widely in the country. So if somebody from this country is speaking English, it is not from it is not based because they hear it in everyday conversations. Like for South Korea doesn't speak English much. They have it as classes, but they don't speak it as a mother language. So you don't hear people in Korea speaking English at any time unless you are speaking to someone who's not from Korea. So it's something that we're working along and we're working forward to. It's not a problem that can be solved immediately. It's similar to world peace. It is not a problem that we can solve in a day, in a month, in a year. It takes time and it takes a lot of effort from everyone. So that's one of the things. And then, okay, so this is another one where I have a small example. I'm not sure if you guys know much about the countries. Okay, so for those here in the Zoom, I would like you to just write down what countries do you think are these three flags. They look very similar because they're all red, but I want you to put down in the chat what countries do you think they are.
If you want me to talk, like Hong Kong, China, and I don't remember the last one. It's pretty cool.
It has something similar. Yeah, you're right, Muhammad. So the first one is Hong Kong. The second one is China. The third one is very closely related to China and Hong Kong. They're very close by land.
Taiwan.
Yeah. Carlos knows. Okay, so yeah, so this is another issue that we have been having. It is a very sensitive and touchy topic. And it's something that we all have to have conversations about, especially because we have friends living in countries like these. I have friends living in all three countries, in Hong Kong, in Taiwan, and in China. So Hong Kong and Taiwan have a very strained relationship from China. Does anybody know why? You can just reply in the chat. I would like to hear some voices, or you can write down what you think. Yeah, Zaid, you want to speak?
Yes, please. First of all, thank you for having us or having me in person. I think it's because that Taiwan wanted to be like a separate country from China, and the United States of America, it supported Taiwan for their goal, but China thinks that Taiwan belongs to China because originally Taiwan is like an island that were owned by China, and some people wanted to like turn Taiwan to a separate country or a free country, and the United States, as I said, it supports their situation, and that doesn't please China at all. So there is like a fight between the two countries and the United States. So we can say like three countries.
Yeah, you're quite right about that. There is a lot of tension because of the independence that Taiwan has been pushing for. They did get independence, although it is okay. So for Taiwan, let me just go back a little bit on the history. Taiwan is actually worse once China, worse once, as I said. Hong Kong was also worse once China. But in the past, in history books, it will say that the treaty would have taken Taiwan to become part of the British Empire, Hong Kong to be part of the British Empire, and Taiwan into the Japan Empire once the war has ended. So for Hong Kong, it was for the Chinese, we have this like history from our grandfathers or our grandparents. It is that Hong Kong was actually sold to the British because there was an opium war at large, and the Chinese didn't have enough money, so they actually gave Hong Kong away for a period of time. So the same thing when China was in a war with Japan, Japan actually took Taiwan away from China for a period of time. So now if you ever go to these countries, they are known as Taiwan and Hong Kong, but they are also known as the Republic of China. And it is a very touchy topic because I have friends from Hong Kong who will say they're Hong Kongese, but they were never China. They're never people of China. They are born in Hong Kong, they're bred in Hong Kong, but they will never identify themselves as people of China. And it's very tricky because this is a play on words. Like, I'm Chinese, but I don't live in China. I'm not from China. My grandparents are from China, but I'm a Singaporean. So I'm a Singaporean Chinese. So they're Hong Kong Chinese, but they will never see themselves as China. But there is this big civil war because, like I said, Hong Kong has been independent for many years, for over 50 years. So has Taiwan. They have all been as independent countries for over 50 years. And now China says it's come home. And they're saying, no, I don't want to come home because I don't represent you. I don't see that I am part of this country. And this is also a difficult situation because China is not a democratic country. So if Hong Kong and Taiwan decide to join China back, they lose a lot of their rights in the freedom of speech, the freedom of choice, democratic decision making as well. As a people, you lose your ability to vote, your ability to do certain things. So it is a very tricky situation. And going forward, when we have any events or when we try to, let's just say when we have a conference and we are saying, okay, this is Thailand, and then when we call Taiwan, we can't just call Taiwan, we have to say Taiwan Republic of China because it is necessary for it to be formally correct. But we also know we don't want to offend our Taiwanese friends by saying that you are from China. So it is very important that we communicate with each other, especially on a very personal level. And we have to empathize that they are not in a situation they chose. It was a situation that was far beyond their years, far beyond their parents, and it's not something within a speck of their control. The only thing they can do is either stay or leave. And this is something that we have to work to. We as individuals or as an organization that is not governmental, we cannot make decisions for the country. So it's you're stuck in a position where you can only say, I can only empathize with you, but I will make sure that whatever else comes along your way, I will help you. So this is something I think it's very important to come to. And Singapore has also to understand because Singapore has very close ties to all three countries. We cannot say one is my friend and one is not. If we make an enemy out of one country, we will lose the others as well. So it is very important, but how much progress you can make is whether you go on a personal level or whether you go on a political level. So for me, I will always choose personal level first because I can take care of my friends now. I can talk to them. I can go through with them. So I have a lot of friends in Hong Kong. For many years past, there are a lot of civil wars. They throw smoke bombs. Government comes after them. You see that there's a lack of confidence in your leaders. So it's something that they cannot control. I cannot control. So we have to communicate with them and just keeping up with them and making sure that they're all right. So just something that is very interesting that I would just like to share. It's good that we are coming towards for peace for the world, and it's something that we need to work forward to. Especially in Rotary, we are pushing for that as well. We want all countries to be friends. Unfortunately, it's not as easy as it seems, but as friends, as people, we can still take care of people. So although we cannot take care of countries and their problems, we can take care of people, and that comes with a personal inner peace. At least I know I've done my part as a person, as a decent human being, that I can help my friends feel better about their situation. And they can also feel a little bit of peace when they feel that, you know what, I have friends looking out from me, even though they're not from my country. They don't understand what I'm going through, but at least they are there for me. And I think peace naturally comes from within. And like I said, going back to it, it also means that we have to take care of each other. And that's where I think Rotary has brought up this point of diversity, equity, and inclusivity. And we have to see each other not as you're Hong Kong, you're from a different country, or you're from Taiwan, you're from a different country. But we're all people living on this earth. We're all human beings trying to make the world a better place. And I think that's the most important. Yes. And I think I'm done with this. Thank you, everyone. If you have any questions, do let me know.
Yeah, thank you so much, Raisa. Your this case is very important. I say about it, but I think I have a main question about this. What do you think retractors in your region need now to feel they are working peacefully between each other? As you said, you have a lot of different languages, different countries. Maybe some of them it become so hard for them to communicate, but I think through your MDIO can facilitate this.
Yeah, thank you. That's a very good question. So I'll just bring back to this slide. These are very important people. Hold on. Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right. So these 5 people, like I said, they're my PR directors. They also act for me as translators. So for my MDIO, especially in the Asia Pacific, like I said, language is one of our biggest challenges. So when we try to get them together, it's very tricky because it comes to, like I said, in Rotary, most of our events are in English, and it becomes it's not inclusive anymore when everybody else cannot understand. And we can, but just because we study English, but a lot of people can't, so it becomes non-inclusive. So we come up with very interesting solutions. Like for Sean, so Sean is Taiwanese, he speaks very good Chinese. And their solution when we have an English conference going on is that they actually have an interpreter, a road tractor who's an interpreter who will be at the back. So they will actually mute the English conference, and he will be the one translating through another app, which I thought was very interesting. And for Japan, Yukihiro as well, he's very good with communicating to the Japanese road tractors in their language as well. So that is one of the solutions that we have at the moment. Another one is that I think we are very lucky that we're in the age of technology. So communicating is a lot easier. And we try to get everyone to participate in certain events that a lot of us feel that it's very inclusive. It means everybody can do it. Anybody with any technological device can do it. So if let's just say I want to do let's just say we have a end polio challenge, or we have Rotary People of Action challenge where everybody takes photos of people in action. You don't need to put in a lot of words for them to understand. What I want is a picture of you telling me what you're doing. So it's something that everybody can be involved, and it's something that everybody can understand. So you can not only use words to explain it, but you can use pictures, you can use videos, you can use infographics to explain what you're trying to achieve. And even though there's a language barrier, they can understand, okay, I can see that's what they want me to do. And I don't have to do it in English. So pictures don't have to be in English. And also there are a lot of templates on My Rotary that are able to be translated into different languages that they can be used for other languages as well. So it's very useful. Another one would be like for Ian's from the Philippines, although they all speak English in the Philippines, a lot of them actually have a slang that they use. Like in Singapore, we have Singlish, that's our slang. In the Philippines, they have Tagalog, which is their national language. They are more comfortable using that language. So sometimes when information is being passed through, when it's brought across on a very personal level, it's a lot easier to understand, like to break it down, because Elevate Rotrack is not an easy thing to understand, or our constitution and bylaws are also not something very easy to understand if you're new to it. So it's very good that these people who are very close to me are able to break it down into parts where everybody can understand. Yeah, but thank you for that question.
Yeah, and I'm sure you will make very great work, especially with that you have advisor like Louis. He's very great man and making great projects. And also your work with the other MDIOs will be very beneficial. Thank you. Shall I be?
Okay, so thank you so much, Taita. The presentation was so helpful and so informative. Personally, I was so amazed to know more about the Asian and Pacific MDIO, and it's really, really amazing. And hopefully, we're going to be having a lot of collaborations very, very soon. Okay, so moving on with our sessions and our speeches. Now we're going to be having the founder of FreeIC and actually a dear friend of mine who has actually done a lot of collaboration with Rotaract Mediterranean. So Kyle, the floor is yours.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you for having me here. I'm Kyle, calling in from California this morning. Want to wish everyone a good day, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. So I want to share a couple minutes about free intelligent conversation and its correlation to peace. It's been something that's been a really powerful tool for enabling organizations, different Rotaract groups, different people to facilitate peace building in their community by giving people the opportunity to have conversations with people who are different than them. So I'll first start by sharing like how this started. So I'm looking to share my screen here. Oh, it's not letting me share my screen. Okay, there it is. Okay, so first I'll just walk through this here. So free IC or free intelligent conversation started because I was one day looking for a way to have conversations with people who are different than me and from different backgrounds. And there were no public places that facilitated that. Like people go to events, they go to meetups, bars, book clubs, all sorts of different kinds of events, coffee shops, hoping to have a conversation with people. But whenever you go to those events, the conversation is always secondary, right? Like you hope it happens. And the question I asked myself, I was like, where do the people who just want to have a conversation go? Like, where can we turn to? So one day I went outside and I decided to make this place. I went outside and I held up the sign on a street and I held it up and said free intelligent conversation. And the idea here was this was me inviting people to have a conversation with me. And I told people what I think is an intelligent conversation is whenever you learn from the people that you're talking with. And because we all have different stories and we all come from different backgrounds, there's always an opportunity to learn from someone and about someone. And what I wanted to do was use this sign as a way to facilitate that. So when I went out there, it really changed my life. I talked to people from all different backgrounds and all different walks of life. And I was able to hear their stories. So I just kept doing it. Eventually my friends joined me. Eventually people started holding up the signs in different cities in the US. And then people started holding up the signs internationally. And then this movement kicked off. And what we learned was that there was a really big appetite for this kind of peace building activity where people could come together and have conversations with the people in their neighborhood, the people in their community, and talk about things beyond work, where you could talk about your dreams, your fears, the things that excite you. So what we did is we kept doing that and facilitating that. As a result, we've had a chance to realize that this desire was not just something that was like US based or for us based, right? We saw people pick this up in France and Germany and Australia and Italy and Spain, as you shared, and as you heard earlier, we even worked with Rotaract Mediterranean through a handful of events. And as a result, we've now done this in 32 different countries. And the thing that's been interesting to see is that this kind of like despite the different cultures, despite the barriers, the language barriers or differences, people really have a big appetite to talk to each other. What we did when we like free intelligent conversation works really ironically in English, but it didn't always translate well. So we worked with community leaders like yourselves or people in the area to figure out how we could translate the signs so that they were interesting and would start conversations in the communities that they were in. So what we are now is a nonprofit organization. And what we do is we facilitate these conversations in public places, and we work with leaders like yourselves who may be parts of Rotaract groups, leaders of Rotaract groups, leaders of different organizations, and we help them get organized, we help them equip them, we help get them signed so that they can go do free IC in their neighborhoods with the goal of bringing their communities together. The thing that we've seen be really great about this is that it's a really low barrier to entry, and anyone can do this. We do this with high school kids. We've seen elderly people do this. We see people with disabilities join us. We see people who have social anxiety join us, people who are introverted and nervous about talking to people, or some people who want to like in the US here where English is not their first language, so they want to do it to practice their English. Some people do it, want to make friends. All this to say is that we've seen it be a wonderful opportunity for peace building and bringing people together. Our mission is just that, just to have the conversation and give people that opportunity. So we've had some really cool things happen from it. Like I'll share it myself personally. I met someone who became my roommate, like someone that I ended up living with for 2 years doing free intelligent conversation. We have a team of 5 people, and 2 of the people are people that I met for the first time ever while doing a free intelligent conversation. So we've seen some really, really great opportunities, but we know people who've gotten jobs from it. We know people who've met their boyfriend and girlfriend from it, right? So it's been a really unique opportunity. So this is us on social. You can keep up with our movement. If you're interested in doing an event, if you're like, I want to use this as a peace building tool with my community, we're able to work with you. Please reach out to us. We'd love to get you started. It's always an honor to be able to come and talk with people like yourselves here who have such an appetite and interest in peace building, and we hope that free intelligent conversation is a tool that can help facilitate that. So with that, I will stop and see if there's any questions or anything anyone wants to learn more about.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kel. It's always an honor for me to be with you. Especially in your great work at Free IC. But the main question that goes with all our directors here: if I make the Free IC in the streets, some people like call me, you are a crazy one, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it's need a special way to make it in the streets with people I don't know them, or make it started with the special places and then go to the streets?
Yeah, so one thing is, like, if you want to practice with your own Rotaract group, it's a good opportunity to do that. The thing that's interesting, so like I'll go out, whenever people go on the street, they think people are going to yell at me, they're going to think I'm the crazy person there, whatever. And what actually ends up happening is the opposite. Like in the almost 10 years we've been doing this, we have no negative stories. We don't have any negative interactions. And the reason why we have that is because the people recognize how much courage it took, and also people really appreciate that someone's willing to just have conversations with them. So what we get in return are people who are really friendly and really kind to us. And you think like, oh man, I'm going to look like a crazy person. But what will happen is people come up to you and they tell you how cool it is, how awesome it is, and how much fun, how much they appreciate you doing that. So it seems like a big scary thing at first. It's like I've been doing this again, like I said, 10 years. I still get nervous every time. Like for the first 5 minutes, I'm always nervous. But then as soon as you have one conversation, it all goes away and it's really rewarding.
Yes, I'm really pleased with this. I think we have a question from Ziad. You can open my Ziad.
First of all, the idea is brilliant. I love it. I just have a question. When interacting with many people, it's something that's very important, but I guess it's gonna create more opportunities, like the chance that you meet someone who is like you, either in your background or in your hobbies or whatever. Haven't you think about creating a community for each group of people that are interested in the same hobbies or the same background to work together for the good of the society, or to create something that might help the world? like if I met too many people that share the same hobbies with me or the same background, it's a high potential that we work together and create something like brand new or something that can change the world sometimes. So haven't you think of that, or it already
Yeah.
happened?
So there's two parts to this answer. One, when we go and chat with people, when we go out, we don't tell anyone like, hey, you should be looking for any particular person, because we want it to be really organic. And what we find out is that it being organic really facilitates the meaningful and the depth in the conversation. In terms of like, once you meet someone and there's opportunities to, maybe someone work together to collaborate, or how do you find those people with similar interests? Our advice there is actually just go to the places where you think those people will be. So for example, if you want to meet someone who, I don't know, they're computer engineer and you think like they have similar hobbies, go do free IC at a computer engineering conference, right? Or go hold up the sign at these places where you think those people are. So the thing is, like, it's really a great tool for if you're trying to meet, diverse people, and you go to public places and do that. But if you want to meet a niche group, then you're looking to collaborate, I recommend, like what we've seen, go to those places where those people are going to be, whether it's an event or it's a conference, maybe it's even like outside of their work building, right? But what you'll see is that these people will come find you, and you can share with them your interest in collaborating and working together to do larger initiatives. We as an organization we're not like, make sure you meet someone that, it turns out to something. We want to put that on in each individual, but there's definitely opportunities and ways to do that.
Okay, and I think we have another question, and our last from the president for Rotaract Europe, Charles.
Hey, Kyle.
I think I've met. Yeah, we've met. Good to see you.
Great to see you, Kyle. I could not stand, aside and wait for my turn to present, to join, and actually to tell how interesting the experience we had exactly 3 years ago in Copenhagen. Because in Copenhagen, we had a country representative strategic weekend. And during the day, we had different workshops and talking about the strategy for Rotaract Europe. I think in total, we were like 35 members. And the last day, actually, we went out on the street to do the free IC. And it was a really interesting experience. I mean, weather was bad. It was raining, I remember. So people were a bit hesitant. But in beginning, obviously, it's very awkward just to start randomly in another country talking to people. But people were really, really open. Sometimes people are looking at us like, what do you want? Do you sell anything? We're saying, no, we're from Rotary International. We just want to talk. Rotary. Okay, sure. So no, the conversations went perfectly. And also they already had prepared some questions what to ask to people. So it's not basically like, oh, do you like the weather? Of course not. You ask something deep, and it's very interesting to ask a deep question. Maybe you would ask only a couple of your close friends, just right away, hardly knowing the person's name. So in general, this was a very nice project, and this was the main project of the year for Rotaract Europe 3 years ago. So yeah, thank you very much, Kyle and Laura from France. This was great experience, and I'm happy to see you're still doing it, still going.
Thank you for your kind words. We're glad to have you join, that you joined it and had a good time.
Thank you so much, Carlos, from your comment. And I want to tell you that I'm glad someone who could make it at the last time. Cliff, do you have anything to say?
No, I'm just very excited to be able to be here. I was worried for my day job. I work for a healthcare system, and my new boss wanted to meet with me to talk about some projects. I was like, oh, we're running a little close. But I'm super excited to be here. Free IC loves working with you all, with Rotaract, and I know just being able to create opportunities to connect people, because I think overall, the underpinnings of peace is being able to understand and identify with each other and our perspectives. And oftentimes the first step towards that is having a conversation where both parties are listening. So super excited to join you all for this, and that Free IC can be a support and a resource for you.
Thank you so much, Kyle, for your joining, and I wish to see you more in the future. Thank you. All right, I think now we're gonna move to one of the weighted sessions for all of us. So please all welcome Rotaract Mediterranean President Mariam Sahli, who will be with us now for, I think it will be a motivated speech. Mariam.
Thank you.
The floor is
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mohammed. Hello, everyone. So first, can I share my screen? No.
yes.
Okay. Okay. Okay, great. So hello everyone. So first let me introduce myself. So my name is Mariam Sehni. I'm a PhD student in computer science. I'm 27 and I'm from Tunisia. I'm past president of my club, Rotaract Club of Radis, District 910. So today I'm gonna talk about peace, but not only, okay. Let me first introduce our Rotaract Mediterranean. So our Rotaract Mediterranean MDIU was founded on 2012, and also our main purpose in the Rotaract Mediterranean, so for sure, is to facilitate communication, support DRR, assist with training, and provide info to all the club in MED, and for sure foster international relation, and for sure as multi-district project. So here in MED, so we have more than 1,000 Rotaract club and more than 37 districts with 3 continents and more than 15,000 Rotaractors. As you can see, we are very diversified MDIU and structure, and let's take this diversity as a source of our inspiration, and you can see it in our project. So let's move on. Okay, so this year as executive board, we have very diversified board. So I'm the president, we have the vice president from Turkey, Sirma, internal communication coordinator Shalabi, which is with us. Hi Shalabi. So the marketing coordinator Lilian, general secretary also from Egypt Salma, international service coordinator Irma, external as treasurer, and IT coordinator Knowles from Tunisia. Also, we have in Rotaract Mediterranean country representative for each country in MED. So we have 17 country representative. And yeah, so how we work in MED. So we have our pillar, so MED Love, MED Nature, and MED Culture, which is our initiative related to UN SDG goals. And this year we have many projects. So they are divided into 3 main categories, which is challenge, project, and partnership. So as Rotaract Mediterranean, for sure, we work on diversity and develop international relationship and partners. So as we propose it, our first project is Rotaract Peace Academy. So the objective of this academy is to train Rotaractor on social entrepreneurship, how to brain and pitch and implement a social project, and the process will be on 3 steps. The first step will be to apply for sure as club. So interested club should fill the application form before the end of October, and 10 club will be selected and by the academy organizing for sure, and the academy organizer will be composed of the international coordinator in our MDIU, and also we have MPF Mediterranean Peace Collab and Med Action Collab. The second phase will be the training and coaching. So the selected team will be attended a series of social internship workshop, and each team will be followed by a moderator, a mentor. And the third one, so each team will pitch their project in front of different peace organization and representative, and this organization for sure will adopt 1 or 2 projects and will be as an advisor for sure. And also they try to secure funding and follow up of this project. Okay, the second one will be to engage the next generation, and how we will do it as an intervention in the school to raise awareness of the importance of taking care of our environment and having a peaceful world. Okay, so also this is for the partnership we have, like project will be directly for peace, and this for, let's say, indirect peace, but we also do try to raise awareness and yeah, taking care of our environment. Okay, also we have the Peace Forum and panel that Rotary Mediterranean adopt and support. Like today we support the project done by Rotary Club in Egypt. And also we have Peace Forum, which was take place on last Saturday in Italy, in Senegalia. And the topic was how to communicate peace. You can catch up on the live event in the Rotaract District 2019, and also in our Rotaract Mediterranean page, live event of the Peace Forum, which was in Italy. The second one, also Carlos after will give you more detail, will be a partnership between Rotaract Mediterranean and also Rotaract Europe. It will be during the pre-Interrota, and will be a joint project as the second project. The first one was last year in Bosnia, and the second one this year will be in Tunisia during the pre-Interrota. And as a topic will be conflict prevention with the both NDIO. The third one, like each year we do during our Rotary Mediterranean Convention, we do a peace forum, and this year will be the edition number 11. And also as topic, it will be cultural heritage and peace building. And the Magicon this year will take place in Turkey on Mersin on May. Okay, so also we have the Mediterranean Challenge, and challenge are easy project and for club to do it. And so we have on July, like let's say natural challenge, like summer challenge, and also animals challenge. So we proposed a natural challenge due to the fire worlds happening this summer, and also the second one was to protect animal. And in Rotary Mediterranean, each month we propose 2 challenge to do. The second one was on the third one was on 2016 on Women Equalities Days, and this we tried to raise awareness and to about gender equality and about women. And the fourth one was cultural challenge, and we proposed a traditional song coming from each Med country. And so the cultural exchange is very important in that, because we take it as I already told you, as an inspiration and as a way of working, because diversity is very, very important to build peaceful way of living, and to take it not as a difference, but as an inspiration and other way of thinking. Okay, also during International Youth Day, we encourage youth to join the club, not only the director, but also another organization. Like we promoted the importance of joining Rotaract and Interactor, and we asked some question to the youth, like past Interactor past interactor and also past Rotaractor. Why you are Rotaractor? And this question is to show them the importance of joining an organization. You can catch up on our social media where you can find all these videos. So the upcoming challenge will be on September. We already have on 10 of September World First Aid Day, and on 29 we will have the International Day of Awareness of Food Loss and Waste. This is the upcoming one. And also in MAD, we encourage every single peace project, and we recognize them at the end of the year. We have MAD award called MAD Peace, and this award is to recognize, let's say, the best, not the best, but the best ranking, let's say, project, but in MAD, all the projects that applied in our award are winner, and all of them will be recognized by MAD for sure.
Mariam, sorry, but I think the video is a lot of clash. It's the network. The presentation is not showing what you're saying very specifically. You can
Okay.
you can close your video
Okay.
if the network is very.
Okay. Okay. 1 minute. What was the last slide like?
The last thing was appearing was about coming into R and truth.
Really? Okay. Okay, this was the last one, right?
We can start from here, yeah.
Okay, so I will repeat. Okay, so we have our Mediterranean challenge. So we have some challenge like directly related to peace and other indirect way, but we try to promote, let's say, natural challenge like Midsummer Challenge, where it was done to raise awareness about the nature, but also the initiative was taking place since we have a lot of wildfire in our Mediterranean region. And the second one is related to animal, to take care of animal and have peaceful world. So the challenge, okay, you can see next slide. Okay, the second challenge was on 2060 of during the Women World Equality Day. So here the challenge was to raise awareness about gender equality, and we asked everyone to share video why they are equal. And you can find in our social media, Facebook and Instagram, the video that was done. Also, we try to have also a cultural song challenge, and this challenge is cultural challenge, but also we try to have the diversity, and the diversity comes as source of inspiration, not as source of difference or something like that. It's a cultural exchange. It's an inspiration for us, and it's another way of thinking that we take it as in a good way, let's say. So during the International Youth Day, we asked past Rotaractor and Interactor to record video, and we asked for them some of this question, and this to, let's say, to encourage them to enter in the other youth in the organization, not only Rotaractor, but also club, to be active, and also to be involved for a peaceful world, and to be to let them involved and be active for sure. So for the upcoming challenge, we have done on 10 of September the World First Aid Day, and we have a upcoming one on 29 during the International Day of Awareness of Food Loss and Waste. So this is our upcoming challenge. We encourage club in MED to do a project related to this topic on during the International Day. And as MED, we recognize all the club that did a project related to peace. We have an award related to the peace, which called MED Peace, and we recognize, let's say, the best project by an award. And in MED, okay, they will have trophy, but in MED, all of the projects are recognized, and we encourage people to apply, and also we encourage people to build this project. So our upcoming event in MED, so which is the Rotaract Mediterranean Convention, the Medicon 2023, which will take place in Turkey, in Mersin. And yeah, I don't know why this. Okay, just 1 minute. Okay, so which will take place in Turkey, in Mersin, and as already told you, during each Medicon we do a peace forum, and this year will be related to topic is cultural heritage and peace building. So yeah. So yeah, I already finished. So you can follow up for sure on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So I don't know if we can take some question, or yeah. So I'm done.
Okay, I think most of the questions that was talking by me reached more people, and especially for the challenges, as most of the people saw the challenge at Facebook page and on Instagram, but didn't know, especially as the songs when they say the past month, someone asked me, it's songs about Croatia. Do we need to make songs and share them? To wait, you can stay when we see other songs. But yeah, do you think we can make another communication, what I can say, channel or something like this, to make all our channels and projects become more reachable for Rotaractors, as like Facebook, WhatsApp group or something like this?
Okay. Okay, for our challenges, we before posting our challenge, for sure we study the feasibility of this challenge itself, and that's why as you see in our challenge, we have, like, I call it marketing challenge, related to take picture or photo or record video and other project on ground. But yeah, maybe it will be much reachable if we create group or Facebook, but it will be, for us as board and CR, it will be another addition, another tool to manage. But to posting directly in our social media and our Facebook page, it's easy for us, but also, yeah, maybe we can take it in consideration, but yeah, okay.
I think we put it in consideration, yes. Thank you so much, Mariam, for this talk, and the most important thing that it's recorded so everyone can reach it. So the floor is yours, Shabi.
Okay, I will also share my my presentation if it's frozen and something like that. So yeah, I would like also to thank you for this great conference, and I hope it will be the last. We will have other upcoming edition, and why not, it will be a project for long term for the club, and also as MED we always support you. So
yes,
thank you all.
I wish second
Yeah.
year make it on field here in Egypt.
Okay, thank you. So thank you so much, and big up to all the team organizing this conference. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mariam, for this amazing presentation. So next up, we're going to be talking about Rotaract Couch. I think whenever any of us is traveling or any of us is going anywhere or moving from a country to another, the first thing thinking about is going to Rotaract Couch and asking about the people there. And in a few minutes, you easily have an answers about what's happening, who are the people there, how to be guided there. So today we're going to be having one of the founders of Rotaract Couch. So we have Yusuf Dawood. So Yusuf, the floor is yours.
I hope you can hear me, guys.
Yeah.
Very good. So hi, thank you very much for hosting me. And seems like a very nice group we have today. So just a little bit of a brief about myself. So my name is Yusuf Dawood, Egyptian. I was in Rotaract for almost 10, 12 years. That was starting 2007, I think, up until 2017, 2019, something like that. Past president twice, past vice president twice, charter vice president of a club. And to be honest, just jumping into the Rotaract Couch group. So I heard everyone talking about let's have something online, let's travel, let's do a lot of events. So this is basically the idea that brought us to Rotaract Couch. I'm not sure if anyone here knows couch surfing. It's a website that people globally used to use to find people to host them when they travel, to save some money, because as youngsters, you tend to want to save a lot of money when you're traveling because you want to spend on the things you like, aside from spending on accommodation. And this is where the idea came to us. We decided, okay, why not have a place where people related to our Rotaract family and our Rotary family can save some money when they are traveling and enjoy more. And actually, what's best than having a local in this country who can not only host you, but can show you around. And this is when we started. I think we started this group maybe in 2013, something like that. We didn't have the intention, honestly, to keep it all this time, or we didn't expect as well to have all those people on it. I think now we're talking about 60, 70,000 people on the group. We're not deeply involved. We try as much as possible to give the space for everyone to reach out and to support everyone. If I know someone who's traveling, I recommend them to post on the group. If someone I don't know and they post and they are coming to Egypt, or currently I live in Germany, if someone is coming to Germany, I'm willing to host them. If they're going to somewhere I know someone, I just comment with their name and refer them to them. So the intention is basically to connect people together, to show you around the different beautiful countries we're living in, and to connect everyone, to make sure that we're all getting the feeling of one family, having the privilege that we have being in this family, that we connect together with different cultures, with different people from different countries, and to basically give opportunities for people to have ideas, maybe for a project in your club. And maybe if you're not in a Rotaract club and you would like to join one, then this is a good opportunity for you to do so. If you know someone who's traveling, who's not in Rotaract, maybe they join as well. And one last thing that we also noticed on the group that's happening is that some people, especially in Europe, when they are moving to Europe, either for studying or for a new job or something, they say, okay, guys, we just moved. We don't need someone to host us, but we need to join a Rotaract club. So they actually join new clubs and they bring their own ideas from the countries they used to live in to the new countries they're moving in. So I think it's a great platform, and I think everyone who's traveling is getting one benefit or the other from the group. And that makes us basically just happy that we have all those people connecting because of an idea a few people had like 15 or 10 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
And that's it from my side.
Thank you so much, Yusuf. I wouldn't know you. I became a Retractor from 5 years ago, and your idea was really motivated for a lot of people here to make such an idea that connecting all Retractors from all over the world for traveling, especially for the main events or traveling in general. I wish we all can make such an idea that making us connected always for everything. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for having me, and good luck, guys.
Yeah. Okay, I think now we are moving for our last main speaker, and he is a special one as he is one of our friends. So please all welcome Rotaract President for Europe, MDIO. Charles, you are with us.
Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Here we go. Okay, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you very much. Can I share my screen as well? I have the rights?
Yes, okay.
Okay, perfect. So, do you see the screen?
Yes, very good.
Perfect. So yeah, my name is Karlis Bankovic. I'm from Latvia, a very small country in northern part of Europe. Yeah, a little about myself. I've been a country representative from Latvia for 3 years. And 1.5 years ago, I applied for my biggest challenge in my life till now, which is organizing European Convention in Riga. Yeah, 1.5 years, a lot of work. Here you can see also the polo shirt of the event. And yeah, planning a lot of different workshops, charity discussion panels, of course, parties in the evening, and all the other stuff. It was a very hard job, but we very successfully did it, and some of you already joined it. And we have an after movie. I'll put it in the chat afterwards, but I'll show you a little clip from it. So this is the picture from gala dinner when I received my president's chain. Here, I'll show you just a little bit of it. So in total, 600 Rotaractors from 48 countries joined. It was a 5 days European convention. Had a lot of fun and a lot of impact. So I'm not going to show you all of it because it's 18 minutes. Here's another amazing picture with all of the country representatives who participated. That's a special event for those who have not been in Rotaract European events. It's called Country Booths, where basically each country has a place, a table, where they can give for a tasting their food, drinks, show their national dresses and costumes. And we have the flag ceremony where each country representative is called out with the flag. So about social projects we did during the conference. Before the conference, we did 2 years in a row social project, which was called Global Cleanup. And a month before the event, we were contacting our Rotaract friends from around the world to participate in this cleanup with us. And 38 Rotaract clubs from 31 countries participated. So basically within the same weekend, there were 38 clubs from around the world who did also cleanup in their countries. Yes, here you can see many pictures from everywhere. So basically all the continents participated. So what was the impact of UCO Riga? It was very tough to organize the conference because meanwhile the war in Ukraine started and Latvia is bordering Russia. So many people were literally afraid to come here. And at the end, we had kind of only 600 participants, but we were planning for 800.
So budget was very, very tight. But we managed to make 3,000 euro profit. So that money we sent to Ukraine, to Kharkiv Multinational Rotary Club, and they spent it for bandages, for scissors, for first aid kits, for people in the eastern side who are suffering from the war, and also food. So that was very, very special, very, very special donation. And also we understood that our Ukrainian friends, Rotaractors, would not be able to participate in the conference, like unlike other times. So we also decided to give 10 free tickets to Ukrainians, and all of them came. And one of them you can see in the picture, and she did some food packing. And yeah, in the May, she was also to come to European Convention in Riga than we wish. Yes, I'm today actually I'm a bit tired because for past week I've been in Iceland. I was in Iceland for Rotary Action Summit. My main goal to go there, and Mariam knows it very well, was to go and meet Jennifer Jones, Rotary International President, to talk about increasing support for Rotaract, because there are many issues within Rotary, and one of them is lack of communication with Rotaract and lack of support. So I did it. I went there. It was very, very successful. Have many insights, pictures, and new connections. So in the next weeks, we will keep on working on connecting Rotary with Rotaract even more. So here we have a picture with Jennifer Jones with Ukrainian flag to promote the peace in Ukraine. There's a little video. I hope you can hear the sound. So basically, in this video, you can see Jennifer Jones, Holger Knack, one of the previous Rotary International presidents, and the current Rotary District Governor of Iceland, signing a document. I made this document overnight, so Rotaract District Iceland can join Rotaract Europe. So we added 48 countries to Rotaract Europe. That was spontaneous because it was not in my plan. So that was a very successful side mission, so to say. Yes, in general, I won't talk about some specific piece or peace project or mission. I'll talk about us, about Rotaractors, Rotarians in general. And the more Rotaractors we are, the bigger is the peace, and the more we can help to promote the peace. Because as we all know, we are an amazing organization that is promoting one of many things is peace. And we are trying to make the world at least a little bit better. And I think Rotary is very successful at that. While we have very big challenges with the aging problem, the age gap as well, for Rotaractors, it's quite complicated to join Rotary, because if you go to some Rotary club and the second youngest person there is like 55 years old and average age is 65, it's complicated to integrate unless you go like 5, maybe 7 Rotaractors at the same time, then it could be different. But in general, that's a very big issue. And this is my main goal of the year, to promote closer connection and cooperation. So creating new Rotaract clubs, Interact clubs is key to success, because as the next Rotary International President-elect, Gordon McKinley said, Rotaract is not the future, Rotaract is present. And I fully agree with that, but in reality, it doesn't work very well, but we're working to promote that so we properly integrate Rotaract within Rotary. Personally, I've created 2 Rotaract clubs. First Rotaract club I created 8 years ago. Then starting to work on European Convention in Riga, I understood that from us, we are very small country by Rotaractors. We had only 2 clubs, and I understood this is perfect opportunity to start another one. So I said bye-bye to my current club, which I was founder, and I said I'm starting another one club because we need more members. So yeah, a year ago I started the second club, and then in the spring, basically 6 months ago, I decided why not to try Interact. And actually Interact, now I can see from my experience, Interact is really fast to make. It is way easier to collect Interact age kids, or not kids, teenagers, and really motivate them. And it's easier to impress and work with them, and they're very driven to do some good stuff for the world. Also, they are a bit more free, because our age, we are Rotaractors, you know, we have careers, we have businesses, some of us have kids, getting married, so it's a bit more complicated. But all the ones who are here in this video call, for us, that's not an obstacle, obviously, to be a very active Rotaractor. But for interactors in general, that's easier, I would say. And yes, in 6 months, we've grown to 28 members. So that is very successful. And here you can see some of the pictures. On the left upper corner, that's the global cleanup we were doing. On the right upper corner, we went to visit elder people house. And we always struggled between visiting kids, an orphanage, or elder people, because we have as much time as we have. And if we have to choose, then it's a very tough decision, but choosing the future is kind of priority. Yeah, name more Rotaract and Interact clubs. Still doing the cleanup, donating blood, which we highly suggest doing. I did it also last week. Of course, I shot the video, and we'll promote it to others to also contribute with that. And we have another interesting project, which is charity yoga lessons. And one of our members, he's Turkish, Ersin, but he studies medicine in Latvia and is in Rotaract Riga International Club. So he's a yoga teacher, and he's giving yoga lessons in Digital Art House, first location of European Convention Night. And they have amazing visualizations on the walls. So there you can see their waves, but different times it's other stuff like forest, for example. And yes, everybody is paying €10 for the lesson. And we have up to 20 people, and it's happening once a week. And the money we are donating every week or every month to different causes. For example, this month we are donating to help basically €100 means helping one person for 3 months to get good education, teenagers. So that's where we are donating money. So from my side, that's all. I'm all about expanding our organization, getting new members, starting new clubs, connecting between Rotary, and of course, promoting peace. Without peace, nothing we are doing has a meaning. So yeah, thank you very much for having me. It's a very big pleasure and honor to participate and speak, and can't wait to make some projects together with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Carlos. I say, wow, when I see all the summits and work, I think you make peace from all its ways. And I think it's really great for you, and I wish you a great year as a president for Europe MDIU. Which is really your work can be more beneficial. As I told Raisa, you can make it more beneficial when you work with other MDIOs, like making a project you both in some countries, it can be a very big initiative for peace.
Yes, exactly. And as I'm saying, we live on the same rock flying through the galaxy. So it doesn't matter where you make some impact. It's a benefit for all of us. And indeed, as you're saying, working together with different MDIOs, like now we are working with Med, with Asia as well. And that's very important to connect. And especially for us, with like Med and Eric, we are connected very well and have been working for a couple of years, connecting also with other MDIOs who are maybe not as developed or are very new. We should take care of them. We should take care of them for sure.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Carlos. Now, Mufti Shalabi. Yes.
Okay, so I think some of you already got a bit tired for the long conference. So now with the last part of our conference, we're going to be having a short video talking about pieces from Rotary International. So this is the video, you're going to be watching it now.
Let's be honest, the world can seem scary. Violence, poverty, disease, corruption, pollution. The problems just seem too overwhelming, too big. You are just one person, right? Not if you are a Rotarian. You are part of a club, part of a district, part of an international network of 1.2 million Rotarians in 35,000 clubs in 200 nations. This makes you part of the largest and most impactful service organization in the world. As Rotarians, you have roughly the same human power as the world's most powerful militaries, but you are woven into the fabric of the community. Rotary as a global organization connects you with a network of passionate community leaders focused on positive change through service and the four-way test. Rotary's 6 areas of focus strengthen that network into a powerful force for peace. So, what if we started thinking about Rotary as more than a collection of service clubs and just started thinking of ourselves as a global peace-building force? What if together we wage peace? Just imagine Rotarians building a world beyond war. But first, some background. Did you know that we are living in the most peaceful period in human history? Wars are less common and kill less people. Violence against women and children is the lowest in history. Homicides have decreased dramatically in much of the world. Genocide and other civilian killings are less prevalent. The number of democracies is increasing every year. People are living longer, healthier lives. Girls are getting a better education. And human rights are recognized in much of the world as a cornerstone of basic governance. The world is not falling apart as the media might lead us to believe. In fact, measurable trends support the emergence of a global peace system that today rivals the global war system. Trends that led to the development of international institutions like the United Nations aimed at preventing war. Trends about the protection of civilians. Trends proving nonviolence is more effective than armed resistance. Trends toward the proliferation of peace education. Trends favoring the economics of peace over the economics of war. And trends leading to the flourishing of international law, treaties, and courts. So what if we changed our mindset as Rotarians to match the current realities, the current science? The good news is, Rotary already set us up for success with the 6 areas of focus. When you build economic opportunity for communities, Rotary builds peace. When you provide education where education is not available, Rotary builds peace. When you provide clean water and sanitary conditions, Rotary builds peace. When you improve on the health of women and children, Rotary builds peace. When you prevent and treat disease, Rotary builds peace. And when you focus specifically on peace and conflict prevention and resolution, as a cornerstone of your club's activities, Rotary directly builds peace. We are this close to ending polio, but what's next? For over 100 years, Rotarians have been advancing understanding, goodwill, and peace through their service work. Now, with the Peace Area of Focus and network of over 1,000 Rotary Peace Fellows, we're ready to take it to the next level. Peace building is about community building. We're ready to train leaders, including youth, to build peace and to prevent and mediate conflict. Convene people and resources to increase the peace-building impact of Rotary service projects in all areas of focus. Empower Rotarians everywhere to create sustainable peace building in communities and regions affected by conflict, and more. You are a Rotarian, and you build peace. This is your call to action. Start a peace committee in your club. Volunteer to be the peace chair for your district. It is a Rotary-supported position. Support the Rotary Peace Centers by recruiting qualified candidates. You can lead your club to engage in at least one service project annually that promotes nonviolence or raises understanding of the root causes of violence. You can start by joining a Rotarian Action Group. Through the Rotarian Action Group for Peace Hub map, you can connect with other Rotarians and peace committees. Tap into the expertise of our Global Peace Fellow alumni community through the new Peace Hub map. So, the world isn't that scary after all, because peace is you, and you are Rotary. Go wage peace.
So I really want to thank our Rotary Action Group for Peace who promote us with this video, and also Rotary International, as you know, is always working to promote peace by a lot of ways. As you see, we saw today the whole work from different MDIOs and the successful stories for promoting peace. Peace is not only in a specific way. It has a lot of ways it can be done by different opportunities between Rotarians and interactors. So I wish you all got your benefits from this, and really would really thank you all for your coming with us today. You can follow us on our pages to see all our news, the challenges you saw, and also our video and our live is recorded. You can return it at any time. So thank you Rotaract Mediterranean, Rotaract Alexandria Sunrise for this. Wish you all good benefits. Thank you.